Hi, everyone, and welcome. This is Alex here of Advice by Alex. I want to thank you very much for stopping by and giving me a listen to. And if you like this channel, I ask that you hit the subscribe button and the like button with the little bell for all the notifications of when I go live. And of course, whenever I upload new videos as well. So hopefully, overall, you are doing well and that your day is absolutely fantastic and everything like that, and where you are doing absolutely fabulous. So today, Tuesday, October 21st, 2025, today we're going to be doing the angel messages for the new moon in Libra. So today is the new moon in Libra. And we are going to be doing the angel messages for today for that as well. So I am quite excited to be able to do the new moon messages. I love doing the new moon messages. And of course, as well, that brings me to the announcements as well. If you too would like to submit a question for the Advice by Alex podcast, then I will leave that form in the description box below. It's free, so why not take advantage of free? I always like free. And it's a great way to get a reading from me before actually paying for a full reading. So that is there. But if you don't have a question or anything like that, you can always submit a topic and that you would like to know a little bit more about, or a spiritual question of some sorts. So it's up to you of how you would like to do that. But just fill it out and it will be in the podcast as well. If I don't get to recording the podcast today, I will be doing so tomorrow. But yes, so hopefully overall you are all doing absolutely fantastic and you're having a wonderful, wonderful start to the day and everything like that. And so that is absolutely fantastic. And everything of that nature. So yay. But yes. So I believe that is all the announcements that I have. And of course, as well, I almost forgot one. But if you would like to get the special for the podcast special for the month of October, which is the 1010 Energy Angel reading, it will be where it's basically like a mini read of what an actual reading would be. Where it's similar to what we do here, drawing the cards, giving the angel messages before diving into the cards. And then you have the opportunity to be able to get answers to 2 questions that are read, which is for $40. So, if you would like that, just send me an email at Alex, T as in Tom, Artman, ARTMAN, 21 at yahoo.com with the podcast special in the subject below. I will send you a PayPal invoice, you pay it, and then we'll schedule the reading. Of course, if you'd like to send that in a Cash App or things like that, all that information will be in the description box below. Just let me know so that way I can take a look for it as well. And that is all the announcements as well. So hopefully you guys are all doing absolutely fantastic and everything like that. So I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee and everything of that nature. So we have here, is the Moonology deck by Yasmin Boland for the new moon and the full moon. I do want to get more of her decks because I do love her decks as well. So I do want to get eventually more of her decks. And everything like that. So that is there. So I'm gonna go ahead and at this time ask you to have your feet firmly planted on the ground, have your hearts wide open to be able to receive the angel messages that you're about to receive for the new moon in Libra. And then, of course, light a candle to surround yourself in God's white light and inviting the angels in at this time, and ask your spiritual team for messages to be able to direct your situation and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards, and then we'll go ahead and then take a moment while I connect and then we'll get started with the reading. Alrighty. So, what does everybody need to know for the new moon in Libra? What does everybody need to know for the new moon in Libra? I love Libras. Libras are like one of my favorite peoples. I love other signs too, and just Libras are my favorite, and I have a bias because the bestie is a Libra. So we balance each other out, even though I'm a Capricorn, but my moon sign balances her out as well, so which is a Pisces. So yeah. So what does everybody need to know for the new moon in Libra? Alrighty, so at this time I ask that you invite your angels in and to get the specific messages that you need at this time, and then I will go ahead and tune in connect. All right. So let's take a deep breath in. One, two, three, and out. 3, 2, 1, and in again on a count of 1, 2, 3. And out. 3, 2, 1, and in again. 1, 2, 3. And out. 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and get connected to the energy of the new moon. Alrighty, so when I was tuning into the energies that are around for the new moon in Libra, is the angels were telling me a couple of things. I feel like right now is where opportunities are going to be coming in, which does align with the new moon energy of allowing that fresh start, that fresh perspective coming in. But at the same time, it's all about allowing us to be present in the moment. So it's all about letting go of judgment, letting go of the ego, is what I'm really hearing quite strongly from the angels and everything like that. So I definitely do feel that with the angels, it's all about letting things go and uh, having that moment of surrender to God, the universe, our spiritual team, and allowing things to be able to come forward and things like that. So, um, this may sound like a religious term. I don't want it to sound too religious, but it is where we're going to have that conviction in our heart to go down our path. So I feel like it's all about looking at matters of the heart for this new moon in Libra, and just allowing and embracing what our heart is telling us. And that is where they're also saying that it's all about a time of introspection as well. So it's all about introspection when it comes to what is coming up for us, and allowing what we need to take a look at now in order for allowing that new to come in. And that's kind of going back to that acceptance. And they were also saying having an attitude of gratitude is very, very much important. So being grateful for something, everything, every single day is important. And we're going to be going into the season of giving and giving thanks and having that attitude of gratitude for next month. But it's never too early to start that now, um, and everything like that. And it's all about um, keeping the eye on the prize, basically. So knowing what you want as an outcome of a situation that you are currently going through, or what you are wanting in your life. So um, we're as I mentioned in the weekly, we are going into that fresh energy soon, because I get that sense of relief a little bit, and I feel like this is preparing for that relief, that newness to be able to come in, and allowing that newness to come in, and not being afraid of new, because again, we as humans are afraid of change, and sometimes it's a little bit scary when we are looking at the bigger picture of change, and things of that nature. So but it's important to trust in the process of things, and allowing us to go with going with the flow is very important, and that goes with that surrender. Um, and a lot of us will go into things having that certain expectation. So going on a first date with somebody, we're already going to set that expectation for them to be able to act a certain way. Acting how we want them to be able to act. But it's important to not set those expectations, because of the fact that sometimes we get disappointed with how things are, or they're not met to our expectations. So that way, what is supposed to happen falls apart because of the fact that the other person can sense our energy. And that's not what a lot of times where people think about, is where we're already having those things in place, especially going on a date or something like that with a new person, especially when we're supposed to be with that person. They can pull away, and that opportunity will step back because of the fact that we're setting those expectations on things that haven't happened yet. And it is where that is coming into play and everything like that. So um, it's important to let the expectations go, is basically the moral of the story and everything like that. So letting those expectations go, because when we have those expectations and they're not met, then we feel bad about ourselves, we feel down and everything like that. So it's just important not to set expectations. Um, we can go for our goals, but sometimes the universe will have a funny way of working itself out, and God will put you in the path that you're supposed to go down, even though it may not exactly look like what you thought about, but it is exactly where you are meant to be. And that's kind of like where things are right now. But let us go here into the cards. I know we're all excited about the cards and everything like that. So the first card here is that we have is luck on your side. Luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. And this is just knowing that abundance is coming in. knowing that things are pointing in the right direction. Um, and there will be some illumination on the path, and everything like that. So it is where it is all about trusting in the timing, um, and everything like that. And it kind of reminds me of Cupid's arrow in a way, and pointing at that direction. And that's kind of like the same metaphor of what is currently going on right now. So, luck is on your side. Take advantage of the energy that is coming in and everything of that nature. So, and the path that you're meant to, your destiny will come into fruition. So, and not being afraid of your destiny. That's a lot of the times what holds people back from their destiny. Hmm. Kind of working on your fears and shadow work, and things of that nature. So it's a good time to release that, even though it's not a full moon of releases. New moons are still also a good time to be able to let that go. So next is that we have is confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Teddy Bear is a Leo, and he is definitely a Leo, a Capricorn and a Leo, I know, but he's taught me a lot with being a Leo and everything like that. Um, so it's all about being confident, not cocky. Um, Nobody likes cocky, and everything like that. So, is your key to success and everything like that. So, just knowing, going for your goal, being confident in what you believe in, and you are golden and everything of that nature. So, yay. So next here is that we have is communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So we do have, keep in mind, we have Mercury retrograde coming in. So it's important to be able to know that the new moon is coming in and everything like that, and where that will be coming into place and everything like that. So just be wary of communication issues that may be having, and be treading carefully with what you say, and things of that nature. So that is important. Um, t- and I'm also hearing the message of looking at things from two sides of, like, two different perspectives, like the other person's perspective and your perspective, and trying to have that understanding so that way there's not that miscommunication, and everything like that. So next is it's time to take action. New moon in Aries. So action, and I did say this in the weekly as well, which is will be live here today. Is where it's all about taking action on things and allowing things to come into fruition and things like that. So that is very much there. Um, but it's important to be able to have things planned out before taking that action step, and things of that nature. So that is where that is at, and everything like that. So that is there. So the next card here is that we have is prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus, and I love to see. So abundance is coming. Abundance in all forms is coming to us, and we like to see that because we like to be prosperous and have that full life. But it's going to be slow and steady as well. But it's coming in. And it's important not to squander what comes in and things like that. So thinking about where you want your prosperity to go will be important. Everything like that. So, yay, and everything like that. So happy to see that. So the overall here is that we have here is hold your vision, fixed moon. So this is just keeping faith in your dreams, allowing things to come in, and also where keeping steady is basically the message here. And then finally, we have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. We had two Geminis we had a new moon in Gemini and a full moon in Gemini here. So what we are seeking is going to be coming into light. So out of the darkness into light. And then we'll have that clarity, have that aha moment, and then we'll be able to have it down our path, basically, and things of that nature. So that is there. So we'll go ahead here into the regular tarot for the clarifications. So we'll go here with luck is on your side first. Luck on your side, clarification. Okay. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse, emotional immaturity, insecurity, disappointments, new ideas, creativity, blocks, frustration, irresponsibility. So this is again what I was talking about with the we're releasing the old ways of thinking, and not setting expectations, allowing the flow of the energy to go where it is supposed to go, and things of that nature. So that way we don't have this card, because this card can go away and be replaced with something else. But that is what that is for now. So we'll go ahead here into the confidence is key to your success card. Ooh. Okay. Here is the Knight of Wands. Impulsiveness, ruthless, high expectations, haste, unpredictable, unachievable expectations. Again, letting go of expectations to allow the new opportunities to come in, allowing that abundance to come in, allowing whatever the situation is to unfold. So the next one here is communication is key, is where we're going to clarify. Clarification from communication is key. Ooh, we also here have is the Ten of Pentacles. You're blessed with wealth and abundance, feeling financially secure, and trust that because of your success and accomplishments, you will always have what you want and need. The foundation for your future has been paved. For sustainability, feed that compulsion to be charitable to help others. Wealth, financial security, family, inheritance, long term success, stability, contribution, domestic love, home, attainment, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and Earth. So, communicating what you want is important. So, for this to come in, it's all about communicating exactly what you want and holding that vision, as we mentioned. So, I feel like that is excellent, excellent, excellent. So we're going to go ahead here into it's time to take action. Oh, so interesting. With the new moon, we have the moon. The moon is telling you that things may not be as they seem. Trust your instincts to see past these illusions. You may also be experiencing mood swings, dormant insecurity, or instability. If you're waiting for an answer, then be prepared to wait. Illusion, mystery dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious premonitions, Neptune, Pisces, water. Interesting that I brought that up, but again, this is going back to that hesitation on taking action, and what really looking at what it is that holds us back. What are the trapped emotions that hold us back, and everything like that, to allow that success to come in. So I think this card really, really works well with what we have going on. So next card clarification is that we have proper prosperity lies ahead. So prosperity lies ahead. Ooh. So the star card, lack of faith, despair, discouragement, insecurity, self-trust, disconnection. So I feel like a lot of us have been struggling in this area, which is having that faith that things will work out, even though it's a struggle. And I totally understand that struggle. I get that. And even if seem I can't talk. Even if things seem dark or where there has been a lot of, let's say, negative experiences, know that there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And there is a reason behind us having those experiences to be able to get us to where we are supposed to go. Sometimes we have to hit rock bottom as people in order for us to make those changes necessary in order for us to get on the path that we need to bring in that prosperity and things of that nature. So that is really where that is at. So next we'll go ahead here with the clarification for hold your vision. And there was a random call that came in. Hmm? Okay. Well, I think it's supposed to be this way, is what they're telling me. Okay. So we have the Page of Pentacle or the Page of Wands in reverse. I'm sorry, guys. Lack of direction, delays, procrastination, creating conflict, poor communication, bad news, instability. This goes a lot back to the weekly, so pay attention to the weekly. So holding your vision, making clear communication about your vision. Vision boards are great here, everybody, and everything like that, so that we have a clearer sense of direction, instead of just confusing the universe of what it wants. So that's what it's really referring to as holding your vision. So we'll go ahead here into the answers you need are coming. So the answers that you need are coming. Okay, so Seven of Swords. You're sneaking around and you think you've gotten away with it. One misstep and you're going to be caught. Is it worth it? The upright Seven of Swords may also be indicating that you need to prioritize. Find shortcuts to get through responsibilities efficiently to get more off your plate so you can focus on the bigger picture. Betrayal, deception, theft, dishonesty, getting away with something, acting strategically, trickery, fraud. So I don't really feel like, in a sense, that it is where there is a betrayal or anything like that. I feel like it is more going back to the acceptance of the truth. So, whatever the truth in the situation is, and allowing you to hear that answer, that is what that is talking about. So that way you can think things through and then be able to change the direction of where you need to be. So that is very much there. So we'll go ahead here into the angel cards, which is by Kyle Gray, Angel Prayers. An awesome deck to have. So let me go ahead and shuffle. What does everybody need to know for the new moon in Libra? All right, everybody. So the cards are aligning. So I can't make this stuff up, even if I tried. The miracle of forgiveness with Archangel Jeremiah. Thank you, Jeremiah, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness. So I feel like now is the time to work on forgiveness of ourselves, or it could be with another person or a situation. So forgiveness is a beautiful thing, and it can take time to process that forgiveness and everything like that, especially if you felt hurt in the process. So um, or felt um, going back to that betrayal. It may be where you were betrayed, but working through acceptance and understanding both points of view in that process is definitely important. And everything like that. And Mother Mary is definitely with you in that process. So the Live Your Joy card is next. So the thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. This is all about allowing our authentic self to be able to come out and shine and allowing things to step forward as well. So that is a beautiful card. And then the next card here is that we have is Unconditional Love. The Divine Mother. Thank you, Divine Mother, for helping me to give and receive the love I deserve. So beautiful. Going back to that acceptance and allowing love into your life and allowing you to give love to others and things like that. Excellent reminder. The next one here is move your body. Thank you, angels, for motivating me to move my body and energy. So allowing the energy to flow, allowing um, um, you to trust, allowing yoga to come into your life. This is an excellent card for yoga as well to help relieve that negative energy and stuff like that. So, and also Reiki can help as well with that as well. So, either one of those things are very beautiful to do. It can actually help with all of these things, but yeah. So, next we have is that leap of faith. I am ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. So, again, this is going back to that action card, having that leap of faith, trusting the process of change, and allowing things to come into our lives. Beautiful, beautiful message. So the overall here is take a step back. Thank you, angels, for helping me to take a step back from what's not serving me. So letting go of the old to allow the new to come in. So letting go of the old can be scary at times, especially when we are used to that or complacent with the old. And so allowing understanding why we are complacent with the old to allow the new to come in. So taking a step back to allow what we want into our lives and things of that nature. So introspection is key. And then last but not least, we have is spiritual gifts, Archangel Raziel. Thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. So allowing your gifts to spring forward at this time, allowing you to share your gifts to the world. I mean, everybody has a special and unique talent to share, and everything like that. So, while we are here to help other people, um, I know I'm not good at certain things, but I know other people are, and I can help support the other person on their journey and their path. See how things are all interconnected there. I absolutely love, love, love that. So I'm just kind of putting some cards away here. We have gone into such a deep dive with the messages lately. Um, it's incredible of how everything is tying together. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, did I? Oh my good lord. Okay, so we will go here with the lesson cards, everybody. And the Soul Journey is by James Van Prague. Okay, let me go ahead and shuffle. What does everybody need to know for this week? Ooh. Okay, what does everybody need to know for the new moon in Libra, I should say? And what does everybody need to know for the new moon in Libra? Ooh, okay. Well, we touched upon all of these throughout the reading, but we have is forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love and also blocks the new things coming in. So, forgiveness of yourself and other people, situations, places, things, and things of that nature. So, next we have is peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. So, finding that inner peace and that inner joy is very much there. And then, of course, we have is acceptance. I'm learning to accept that things that I cannot change. That goes back to the serenity prayer and everything like that. What is the serenity prayer? I knew it, I memorized it, but I forget it at the time, so I do apologize. Mm. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, and taking as Jesus did this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it. And then another one is God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Alrighty, so that is there for the lesson cards. And we will go with the last one, which is the soul truth. I know this video is incredibly long and I apologize. You know what, guys, I can be a talker when I get into things. So, you know. So, what does everybody need? Ooh. Oh, okay, we got two. Interesting. What is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? Holy moly. We cannot make this stuff up. What story are you telling yourself when you think about your dreams? What is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Today's soul action, it's time to upgrade. Look at your belief in the I. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adapt in its place? How will you change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. Well, love that. And the next card along with that is if I had a magic wand and could have anything I desire in life, what would I choose? Burn with desire. There is power in your desire. Let them be your fuel today. Your desires are your soul's wings, and it's time to take flight. Today's soul action. Today, go inward. Your answers lie within. What do you desire? Choose what makes you happy and do that. Wow. That is absolutely incredible. So, but that brings us to the end of the angel messages for the new moon in Libra. And if you like this video, I ask you hit the subscribe button and the like button with the little bell for all the notifications of when I go live. And of course, when I am also uploading new videos. And if you'd like this podcast special as well, please email me as well to be able to get that $40 podcast special. And then, of course, as well, if you'd like to get a reading from me, please visit me on Angel on Etsy at Angel Soul Blessing 777. And until next time, everybody, I'm sending you so much love, angel blessings, and I will talk with y'all later. Bye, everybody.